All right, folks. It's Cyclone here. Back with a stream. I just want to put up on the channel, open up some dialogue, and I hope the mic is okay. I tried to set it up with very commonly used filter ratios, and I'll see. I've been finding that there's way too much compression on it or noise gating, and it's affecting the quality of the sound. So I fidgeted around a little bit and lowered some of those filters slightly. I want to see how it sounds in this video. I hope it's okay. I'll definitely know after this video is done. Here's an interesting conversation. And you can apply this to other situations. You see I have Marvel Snap up here. So let's just to talk about some things on my mind, in the gaming entertainment space, the sort of relevant topics. Marvel as an entity right now is not in a great spot. I think we all know, looking at the steep decline in the movies, in their revenue, and in their ratings. Loki season 2 was a high point. Loki season 2 was a fantastic entry into the Marvel universe. And now, Tom's done, and that Loki character has now been set aside and retired in the void of all timelines. Marvel is struggling. And I'm saying that retrospectively, compared to the Marvel of the golden MCU era, the era that spawned a game like Marvel Snap, because remember, Marvel Snap was developed during all of the hype of the MCU popularity. And so they released this game with all of that hype having built up into this franchise, and then the TV series started and the Eternals dropped, and it was mediocre at best. And then movie after movie after movie has been a mediocre experience. Thor: Love and Thunder was trash. All right. It was trash, it was poorly executed, and the dialogue was absolutely cornball narrative, cornball dialogue. It was, I don't know what the hell they were doing. Like, it just didn't. Gore was butchered, literally. He had no chance to be the villain to carry this franchise, and they ruined an appearance by Christian Bale. Are you kidding me? You couldn't have made Gore more interesting? Like, seriously? But anyway, Guardians 3 was good. That was a solid, a good time. That was a very solid entry. I would give that a thumbs up. But you have way too few hits in a field of misses. Mediocrity seems to be the name of the game. Add to that, now we're gonna transition to Snap. Marvel Snap, their publisher recently liquidated, or it went bust, and people were like, "Oh my God, publisher gone, second dinner. They made $100 million, and they should be fine." Let me tell you something about that. 100 mil is a drop in the fucking bucket. When you look at the Asian gotcha space, guess who else is also looking at the Asian gotcha space? Investors. Investors know how successful Genshin and Honkai are. They know how successful. Wherever the money goes, the investors go. It doesn't matter. So 100 mil domestically might sound like a great opportunity. But let me tell you something. It's second rate when you compare it to the global gotcha market. So being from the world of business and working for investors, I can tell you for a fact that at the second dinner headquarters right now, people were doing this. When it doesn't even matter why. When investors leave or their money no longer is provided to you, shareholders, they get fucked over. Any sort of payouts were guaranteed in the event of a break in the contract or partnership. I mean, those folks are trying to get their payouts, and they're getting the fuck out. They're not sticking around. They're finding the shareholders, they're finding their next opportunity. I trust when I tell you, a shareholder at second dinner or anyone who was in the investor group, they bounced. They're going, Wherever a publisher goes and the money goes, these investors go. So it is not all, roses and great times over at Second Dinner. I'm telling you that right now. That's how business works. You're funded by an angel group or any sort of investor. That money, you are committing to getting a set budget for every year, and that budget no longer is guaranteed with this departure. Those publishers can help with that. And in fact, I know people want to pretend like the publisher doesn't do anything. Bullshit. The publisher attracts shareholders and investors. They come in. So trust when I tell you, they are stressed out right now at Second Dinner. There's no doubt about it. And now I want to talk about this. They released one of the most predatory, FOMO releases yet with these stupid emotes. And I knew these emotes were going to be a FOMO thing, but would the timing have been any more exact? The moment that the publisher went bust, they released this hyper predatory emote strategy. And it is basically impossible for anyone, whales and streamers and content creators that have spent tens of thousands of dollars on this game, can't get these emotes. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that you want to argue it doesn't affect gameplay. Let me tell you something. This is a sign that this is just the beginning of their FOMO tactic. And if this affects gameplay in any capacity, if variants for cards that are hard to get are locked in a similar system, that's it. They've gone to that level where that's it. You can't argue that it's just artwork anymore, because if that artwork gets you a card, like when they did that Darkhawk bundle and everyone was pissed about it, that was a $30 bundle. These variants, these emotes, thousands of dollars. Realistically, to get these in a time where you want to use them and enjoy them, thousands of dollars. I mean, I think we're talking over $5,000-$6,000 to get an album completed. So this is absolutely stupid. It also, again, incentivizes you to just buy shitty variants that you don't want. Like, you have to buy a set number of variants in a artist's album to get the emote tied to that artist. An emote. You couldn't throw in 5 mystery variants. I don't want to talk about progression for payment, but you frankly do it anyway. You pay for gold to progress the game faster. You unlock your rank faster through direct purchases. That always existed. But this on top of it, this is another way for them to have you interact with the shop more aggressively. They're trying to get you to push that spend button. It's a business. That's also why the shop is on the very left of the screen, because as every business does, where you buy, that button where you buy your currency is the most important page for them. So again, I think that the timing, everything's going on, I'm putting my investor's cap on right now. If you want to play Marvel Snap or even are considering it, do it now. If you wait, even 2-3 months from now, you might be setting yourself up for being completely overrun by this sort of shit. As the card value, as the card collection count goes up, more cards added, harder to get. It takes more time to get to the end game now than every day that passes. They basically have an increasing economy where getting good stuff gets harder and harder and harder. You also have to pay a monthly subscription of $10 to get the new season card. And that season card historically has been quite good and really is relevant for that season. So they already have pay to win built into this game. It's in there. There are some people who don't want to admit it, but it's there. It always has been there. Again, paying for gold, it progresses you faster. So you can get your season, now with the cash system in particular, going up the ladder is even more pay to win. And people don't talk about that, but now getting those keys is even more directly pay to win, because again, just paying for gold gets you those keys faster and gets you the unlocks every season faster. Do you think that these streamers would ever leave a season cash? Like, they talk about leaving variants or things in there, but if it's a new card, they're going in and they're spending gold to do it. It's their business. They're spending gold to unlock their caches faster than you. And that's the reality. It's a pay to win game. I don't care what anyone says. It is a pay to win game. Pay to progress is pay to win. It just is. Now, do I blame Second Dinner for that? I mean, no, it's a business, right? But if they are looking at their future as a company, then this type of shit is going to continue and become more egregious and become more commonplace, to the point where it's basically second nature for Second Dinner to do this. This will be every single time you hear about the movie sales dipping, they're going to increase their FOMO. If we enter the, I think it's now Doctor Doom as the villain. They're getting rid of Kang, and so when they like, if the MCU is doing this and it can't rebound, games like Marvel Snap, that property is less valuable. Investors tie Marvel's success to a Marvel game for profit. And let me tell you something, they're going to dip when confidence is lower. If they're not selling enough season passes and enough, that, again, as I said, that 100 million is the high point. Dude, I play Dokan Battle, all right, for fun. And let me tell you something. I am a, what do you call it, a dolphin or a grouper. I've spent money in that game over the course of years. And I do because I can afford it, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. But I spend far less. I spend far less in Marvel Snap, and the amount I have to spend in the Asian gacha game, Dokkan, right, to get new stuff, it supersedes this game probably. At least the way I spend, I probably spend triple the amount per month, if you're breaking it down per month, in Dokkan than I do in Snap. And that's from a guy I really only spend during the big moments to get those. They have discounts when they release the new thing. And so, it's like going to the casino for a night and, spending $100. Like, that's like how you look at it. And I really don't cross, like, $100 for a game is the most I'd ever spend in a gacha. I'm being transparent about this. Per month. This, I don't spend $100 in Snap a month. I spend 10 to 25. If there's a bundle that's a really good value and like I get artwork that I like from it, I might buy that for $10 or $15. I don't buy a bundle if it's over $20. And I don't buy bundles very often. I think I've bought 3 bundles since I've played this game for the last 6 months. So you see that, like, this is another way they're trying to get you to buy more shit. They want you to press that buy button more, put in your credit card more. That's what they're trying to do. It's very simple logic. But what I want to see is, as this game evolves and as Marvel as a brand sours, is this the common result of their strategy? Are we going to see more of this? We know more albums are coming, and maybe it takes fewer cards to collect, because some of the artworks are like artists like Dan Hip have hundreds, I think, or dozens of variants, and then other artists have less than 10. So it's not even. And the fact that, like, you need to unlock 1,200 gold variant artworks to get the album is so freaking stupid. So freaking stupid. Again, you're never getting, realistically, any of these emotes. And I get it, they're emotes, but this is going to be the trend. So if the season pass, if they're trying to get to 200 million, well, good luck with it with a souring brand. The thing about Dragon Ball, it can sell money and get hundreds of millions of dollars without even really trying. Dokkan gets, I think, on a good year, they reach close to $1 billion a year. Do you hear me again? $1 billion. Yes, there's two markets for the game, Japan and the rest of the world. Marble Snap ain't selling like hotcakes in other countries. Not really. So yes, 100 million for a domestic game. All right. But again, investors are looking globally. You can't tell me that an investor is going to look at Marble Snap and with the souring, sales in the movie for the brand, for the comics, whatever, and then Marble Snap, who the fuck's going to do this? I mean, the season pass gets people to spend, but this shit is just, this is like, now they're really going in for whales. I think that over time, it's going to get harder to enjoy this game. I'm just calling it like I see it. I think at some point, this is going to be a very predatory game. Because again, I'm telling you that I still don't spend in this game to progress like I do for a Dokkan or an Asian gacha. It's not to that same level. The one thing I give Snap is choice. Whereas in the gacha games, it's a lottery. Here, if you save up, like if you're patient, you can target a reward and get it. I still think that that is highly valuable in the card collecting space. You're not going to get everything, but you can choose to really save up and get what you want. Like the one prize out of 5 that you want, you can get in Snap. When you're talking just about cards, you can do that. It is achievable and it is reasonable. But if they fuck with that system at all, or getting, I mean, right now you got to get a 1 in 4 chance of getting the card you want, the new card, in some of these season caches. But my goodness, if I'd be honest, I'd be lying if I said like that's only going to get harder over time, and it is. I'm already starting to. I think there are 10 cards that I'm missing in the game. I think, and I've been playing for 6 months. If you start this game now, man, good luck to you. Good luck to you. But I just want to talk about this today and put this on the channel. I was interested, you got this, like, you got streamers who can't get this stuff. We're going to skip that. I wouldn't call them MFers. They're business people. They must make a lot of whales, right? Dude, every game goes for whales. It's not just that. Dude, again, as I said, this is one of the most free-to-play friendly games. I know it's grindy, but it's not impossible. Like, I'm never going to infinite. I'm not grinding. Like, you gotta grind the hell out of that shit and play against bots. And frankly, for me, the worst thing about Marble Snap is the bots. I hate bots. I want a bot-free mode that's not infinite that I can just jump into and enjoy. But Second Dinner made it clear that only grinders will get to play player versus player. If you don't grind this game, you have a subpar experience. That's the point, right? And yes, people in Infinite complain about the toxicity and everyone plays meta and everyone plays the optimal shit. Of course they do. Another reason why I never want to go to Infinite. Every time I play a card game, right? Or, every time I play one of these games, I hate playing meta shit. It's brain dead. I like being creative and trying stuff, because I'm a creative person at heart. I hate being a copycat, because these are games that give you the ability to try things. So winning for me isn't so basically what I'm trying to say is I don't play like a winner. I play like a casual. And so I'm not trying to justify my score for anything. The only reason why I progress the ladder a little bit, I get usually into the 70s and 80s. The reason why I get to that point is because, I I play competent strategy. We're not talking like pool one shit. You know, I play, you know, I have a full destroy deck. I have a full discard deck. I have full, pretty much full stuff that works, but I try to mix it up. I try to use cards that aren't necessarily a good. I made a deck very recently, and one day, maybe this month, maybe I'll stream it just for fun as I'm kind of climbing casually. But here's the problem: I didn't even finish my season pass last season. Last season was terrible. I couldn't play fun decks. Like I hit a wall in the 70s and I couldn't progress. And Conquest is dead. Conquest is a shit show. That mode is trash. You give us stallers and you give us bots in a mode with multiple turns, and you've got to go through this shit. I pray for a retreat. Every time I play Conquest, please retreat. And if I'm winning and they don't retreat, oh, the bots that just stick around to waste your time, these are all intentional decisions by Second Dinner. I've had bots, and I know they're bots because their name is like Charles, and then it's like it plays stupid things. There was, and I have proof of this, all right? There was a bot in Conquest where it was stalling the timer, and it was just playing all this shit, right? It was an Agatha bot. Now, you might say it was just a player trying to spend the timer and have Agatha play for them. But here's how I know it was a bot. There was the field zone where you switch hands on turn 6. I had one card in my hand. One. The bot sends me over. I won the game. The bot sends me over the deck. And here's the kicker. Remember, I had one card in my hand and we switched hands. The bot then played 2 totally different cards. Not the card that they got from my hand. It was a totally different card. They played 2 different cards on turn 6. We're not even playing a dude, it's a scam. You're playing a literally rigged game against a computer. It's stupid. It ruins all of my enjoyment from the product. And I have proof that it happened. Like, I know this was a bot because it changed the card played on turn 6. So it's a bullshit matchmaking. It's bullshit. Infinite players beat bots to get there. Just to think that you didn't actually beat, you just grinded to, you know, the level necessary to do this. It's just that wall is there to slow you down intentionally. It's so, I hate when games do that. I hate Path of Exile. I hate these free-to-play games that intentionally slow you down like that. Not through skill, but through bullshit like that. So I know for a fact that the game is rigged. And they manipulate your experience on a constant basis. That's why I'm starting to lose interest, frankly, in the game. And this right here is going to piss off a lot of people as the brand is doing this, and then they're making, what's the future of this game? I would say my advice is get in now or hold your breath. Get in right now, 2023, start playing this game and getting somewhere if you're at all interested. There is some fun to be had in this game, but I am getting tired of the bots and I'm getting tired of the grind. And I have, you know, artwork and stuff, but like, I'm getting tired of like trying. I'm getting tired of really giving a crap. And that's, you know, the point I wanted to make here. Anyway, that's the video. I'm losing my voice. It's cold, tired. Hope you guys have a good one. And